on, everyone? You got the A-bomb here, and we got to have a serious discussion. A dead serious discussion. We're going to talk about depression. Now, a couple guys have made some real good videos on this subject. Roby Reds and Mr. Bad Dog. I want to give them both a shout and say, hey, thanks for those videos. That was good stuff. Now, a lot of people don't know what depression is. And you see a lot of ignorance from the trolls. And of course, you see a lot of predatory behavior from guys like D-Town. Well, they don't understand what's going on. Or maybe they do because they suffer from it. I honestly think it's probably more the latter than the former. But let's get into it. What is fucking depression? Is it feeling sorry for yourself? No. Is it a symptom of failing in life? No. No. Not at all. Depression is an illness. Just like cancer, just like Parkinson's, just like the common cold. It's an illness. That's what it is. Now me, I suffer from depression. Now, do I suffer from depression because I'm fat? No. Not at all. I suffer from depression because, well, it's hereditary. It runs in both sides of my family. My mother's family is gravely affected with it. And my father's family is affected with it to the point where I've had a couple first cousins actually commit suicide. And I've had a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins try. And it's not because they're failures in life. No, they're all quite successful. It's because it's a disease. That's exactly what it is. Now me, when depression finally got a hold of me, I was on top of the world. I had a great job. I was working with great people, doing something that I really enjoyed doing. And, well, I got sick. It came out of nowhere. It came unexpectedly. And there was nothing I could do about it. Nothing at all. Now, everybody claimed to understand or want to empathize with me. But to be honest with you, none of them had a damn clue. Dear friends of mine, known me for years. I said, man, well, what's wrong with you? You need to think positive. You need to go out and do something. Well, you don't understand. When you got depression, telling somebody to go out and do something is like telling a paraplegic to run a fucking marathon. It's just stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Now, I did what I had to do, and I've been battling it for about 6 years now. Okay? My retirement was forced. Why? Because the symptoms of my depression, well, it involves rage. It involves lashing out. It involves violence. Actually a danger to others. Or I would be if I didn't take steps to handle my illness. And I did. And I've been very proactive with it. I did a lot of research on it to see where I got it from. I realized it was hereditary. And I worked with a lot of good people. Now, unfortunately, society and medical science and psychiatry, their first initial reaction is to drug you the fuck up. To get you medicated out of your gourd. And the basic reason they do that is the safety of the public. And of course, drug companies want money. But if you're proactive with your therapy, if you are proactive with what you need to do, you figure things out. Now, what I did was, I had a great therapist, and she asked me if I would look into my family's mental history. So I did. And that's when I discovered all this good stuff. Because this is something nobody really wants to talk about. It's something everybody's ashamed of. Well, I'm not ashamed of it. It's part of who I am. I was born with it. It's just the way it is. And a lot of you were too. Well, I looked into it, and my dad's family, what I found over there, scared the hell out of me. Because people were dying from it. And it wasn't just the suicides. Depression can also take away your health. It will destroy your immune system. It'll weaken your heart. It can give you a stroke. It's a very powerful thing, and it's real. It's absolutely real. And most people that are suffering from horrible depression didn't ask for it. I don't know anybody that asked for cancer. I don't know anybody that asked to get the flu. I don't know anybody that asked for these things. Nobody ever asked to get Parkinson's. Nobody asked to get Lou Gehrig's disease. It's just what it is. But unless you're proactive with it, it's going to eat you alive. Now, I know I shouldn't smoke, but let me digress. My friend ate camel toes, and he's my friend. I've talked with him on the phone, and of course I've encouraged him to go get things checked out. Now, when you got depression, you don't want people telling you what to do, because most people are full of shit, and they don't know what they're talking about. The only people that know about depression are in reality, and I know if you love somebody that's got it, you think you understand it, but you still don't. Or people that have gone to school for it, got a psychiatric degree of some kind, PhD, a master's, something, and people that suffer it. We're the ones that know. And even medical science cannot cure depression. It will never be cured. All you can learn how to do is deal with it, which is what I've done. Medical science, every brain is different. And a lot of times it's chemical. They'll prescribe you pill after pill after pill, and it's hit and miss, and it's trial and error, and everything your shrink goes off of is a pure hypothesis. But you gotta do it, you gotta try it, you gotta roll with it, and you gotta be proactive. Me, after being on dozens of different medications, going through thousands of hours of therapy and research, we found what my problem is. And my problem is real easy. Real easy, simple diagnosis. I have an adrenal gland that just goes absolutely crazy. That's all it is. And so my psych med, I just take a medication to slow down my heart. And that stops me from getting violent. It stops me from having a panic attack. And if you think panic attacks are cute, you never had one. And if you're around me when I have one, you're in danger. Because it's the fight or flight response, and I got little legs. So that's what I took. And my problem was my brain would release tons of adrenaline. And it would do it for no damn reason at all. No reason. And I had to find how to get that under control. So I did. Now, a lot of gym rats out there say, oh, go work out, man. It eases the mind. It eases the stress. And they're right. It does. Getting out and doing something eases stress. But it can't be anything. Okay? For me, I go out, and that's the whole purpose of the A-Bomb Challenge, and I'm still doing it. As I go out and I walk, and I'm getting healthier, and that helps with the depression. It really does. Of course, it's not the only thing, but it's part of it. Depression, you'll never cure it. It'll always be there. Once you recognize that, once you know that, once you understand that, then you can take steps to stay in what is called your wise mind. Because depression gets you out of your wise mind and it throws you into your emotional mind. And there's nothing rational about emotions. You no longer have the ability to make a rational decision if you don't know what's going on. But if you recognize what's going on, no matter what your brain is screaming at you to do and this and that, if you pay attention and you're proactive, you're still going to have all those feelings, but you're going to be able to make better decisions. And bad decisions, that's just a symptom of depression. It is. Your emotions lie to you. That's part of what depression is. So, for those of you guys that don't get it, hey, I hope you never do, because I hope you never go through it. And for those of you guys that do, hey, do something to get it handled. Now, I was on the phone with 8 Camel Toes, and I talked with him, encouraged him to go get checked out. And the other person that was being talked about in the videos, who remains anonymous, I've told him to get out and get walking and just get out of his head for a minute, because that works real well for me. But no matter who you are, if you are ever feeling depressed, talk to somebody. If you don't have depression, you're still going to experience it. You're going to have a relative die. Your kid's going to get sick. You might lose your job. You're still going to experience it. And it's always good to talk to somebody, a friend. And if it's severe, go get some professional help. Don't worry about people making fun of you, because in all honesty, it's a lot better to be alive and made fun of than dead. And that's the truth. Depression about killed me. Matter of fact, it did. But I'm still here. And if you got it, go get checked out. I don't have, and I'm not going to try to give you any pearls of wisdom from one nut job to another. I'm just a man. That's all I am. I live in the real world. And, well, from somebody who spent his whole life doing stuff people said he couldn't do, achieving more than most people I know, because I was goal-oriented, depression stopped me dead in my tracks. I had to get it handled. And now I'm back doing what I need to do. And I hope 8 Camel Toes and my other friend, well, they do the same. My other friend, he was told, he's a young guy. He'll be dead in 5 years. That's how bad this illness is. It will affect every part of your body. It will affect everything you do. It'll always be there. And if you want to survive it, you got to take the steps you need to get through it. Anyways, I'm the A-Bomb. Here's my depression video. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. It's just how it is. Boom.